Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to do another design tutorial. It's for one of the most popular Halloween t-shirt costume designs, and it's this one right here, the Condiment style t-shirt. I'm going to show you how to do the label in Affinity Designer. We're going to learn some new tools that I've never shown before, the contour tool, the corner tool, and the shape builder tool. I'm also going to show you how to put this all together in Canva, how to rotate the text, find the graphics, and everything. So everything you need to know to make these condiment designs for Halloween. It's a little late for this Halloween. You may still get some sales, but it's something that sells over and over every Halloween. So I think this is a great tutorial for you to learn so that you can make your own and make a whole line of it. So I would make not only just one, but make a whole series of these so that people can use it as group costumes. So let's get into Affinity Designer right now, and I'll show you exactly how to make these labels from scratch. Alright, so here we are in Affinity Designer 2. That's what I'm going to be using because there's some special tools in here that are only in 2 and not 1 that we're going to use. So let's go to File and New, and we're going to start a new artboard here. I have my presets here, but if you don't, you can do 4500 by 5400 and then hit Create. And there you go, the artboard. That's the first thing we need to do. The next thing we need to do are to put in some shapes. So you'll notice here I have this trapezoid shape. It's just one of these many shapes under here. You got star and everything. We're going to use trapezoid because usually the condiment label is a trapezoid on the bottom, kind of a trapezoid at the top, and then rounded. So I'll kind of try and do that for you. So trapezoid, you see right here, and in fact it's actually this way. This way is the trapezoid, and I'm just going to eyeball it. So it's not going to, whoops. So it's not going to be exact, but I am going to center it. So I think it's about, I don't know, doing this from memory. So it's about that high, and then it kind of curves up like this, right? So I believe this is out further. So what you can do is you can bring these down here. I'm just using my node tool right here, and I'm going to pick this point of the trapezoid and move it this way. I can do the same here, and your watch, there's going to be guides that snap there. So that makes it that it's even. I actually think it's a little further out. Again, I'm going just by memory here. And you can make the labels however you want. It doesn't have to be the Heinz label. It doesn't have to be any other label. You can do this, follow mine, or you can use the same techniques that I'm using and kind of mix and match ways to do this label. So let's just say we start with this right here, and then we're going to need another trapezoid. I believe the same way. It comes up like this, and I'm going to make this wider because I remember it being kind of coming in and then going back out. So I'm going to do the same thing here with this, kind of like that, and there. Yeah, so it kind of comes in and out. Now again, these need to be centered, so let's make sure that's centered there, and this is centered there. The next thing, I mean, it could be just this simple, but the next thing I think is it's rounded at the top. So I'm going to use my oval here, and it's going to come in, and I'm going to put this in the back so I can see it. Actually, I'm going to, let's make sure that it's just a stroke here, just so I can see it. All right, so we're gonna have to center that, and it's usually, again, I probably should have got the label, but it's okay. We don't want an exact copy anyway. So it kind of comes in like that. It kind of curves like this, comes in and down and out. And I'm guessing this could be out even further. Let's go something like that. Okay, so we have these three shapes, but we don't need this in here. It just comes in and comes over like that. And in fact, I think it would be nice if we just did that, just so I can show you how the tool works. So we're gonna get this, but not that, and not that, but that. Okay, so let's make sure all of these are centered. So we're gonna go back and center, and center, and center this one. Now it doesn't look like much right now, but it will. And let me show you what I'm going to do next. It's this one right here, Shape Builder Tool. So let's come in here, click on that. And the shapes that we need are inside. So we're gonna have to select all of these first, like that. And then select the ones that we want. So we want this one, and we definitely want this one, and these two here, and this little one right here. But we don't want these two. So what we could do is we could just save those and hit this, add, or we could do the opposite and just get rid of the ones we don't want. So let's do the opposite. I'm gonna do Command D, and let's pick the ones we don't want. So we don't want that, or this right here. And I think those are the only ones we don't want. So I'm gonna hit delete on those, and everything else we do want. So let's just select all of them like that, and this, and then I'm gonna hit enter, and you can see that is the shape we want, right? More or less. We can move things down and stuff, but this probably needed to be a little further down, but I'm gonna make it a little smaller, like this. There we go. So that's gonna be the center. Now we can make this, I believe it is a stroke right now, yep. And so we can make this bigger. I'm just gonna keep it black, not the inside, the stroke here. I'm just gonna keep it black. And I'm gonna make it just slightly bigger. There you go. One of the things that I wanted to show you as well is the corner tool. So a lot of times this is like almost like a corner. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna use my node tool again and click here and here. And I'm gonna go up here to my corner tool. You see that, C? And you can move the corner tool, make it a rounded corner like that. And then bring up the radius all the way like this, even out all the way you can't see it. So I'm gonna grab it here and move it like this. See that? So there you go. That's making that just like a corner, and I think that's great. All right, the next thing we're gonna use is, because some of these have a line inside and a fill outside. So right now we only have this. If we turn this to light blue or something, the background, let's say we had a light blue background, it's only that line, right? So what we need to do, what we need to do is change that. So I'm gonna do the light blue background so you can see what's happening. I'm gonna select this, and we're gonna do this 2 times. The first one we're gonna use is this contour tool. So what we need to do is we actually need to make copies of this. So this is the main one. I'm gonna do Command J, and you'll see it right here. I'm just gonna pick the top one. It doesn't matter, you can use the top or the bottom for this one. And I'm gonna use the contour tool right here, and I'm just gonna bring it in. So you can see bringing it in a little bit like this. And usually the one that's inside is a little smaller. So I'm gonna bring down my stroke here like that. And that's it. See how it's taking shape now? The next one we're gonna do is on the outside, or for the fill. And I'm gonna take this one right here, this bottom one. I'm gonna hit Command J, and we're gonna pick the bottom again. And this time we're gonna do the contour tool again, and we're gonna bring it out. So this will be our white. All right, to show you what I mean is I'm gonna change the color on this. So this will be white, and this, we don't need a stroke. So there you go. Isn't that cool? So there's your label right there. And we can change these. So if you want like a ketchup logo instead of black, we're just gonna make it red, right? And usually this is a different color. Sometimes it's the same color. You could make it the same color. You can make it whatever color you want. But if it was a lighter color, I would do something like that. So there you go. All you need to do is fill it now. And the best way to fill it that I know is to go to Canva or something like Canva with lots of graphics. You probably could use Kiddo as well. And then we're gonna put the title on here. We're gonna put some words on here, words here, and then find a graphic that works great here. I'm gonna do this a little darker red, so you can make it whatever color you want. I'll make this darker red, and then this red. Oh, just the regular red. All right, the way to export this is to come in here. We're gonna not do the background on here. I'm gonna hit Command-Shift-Option-S, export. Make sure that it is selection only. You can see there's still the white background, which is great. I'm going to export this as label or condiment label. And I'm going to bring this PNG into, whoops, I already named one condiment label. Let's say red. Condiment label red. I'm going to save this PNG and bring it into Canva, and then we're going to go to Canva and I'll show you what to do there. All right, so here we are on Canva. What we're going to do is just hit create a design, and we're going to do custom size. I already have 4500 by 5400 here, but you can type that in if you don't, and we're going to do that. And then we're going to have the artboard here. So the first thing we need to do is drag in that PNG that we made. So here we go. I just, from my desktop, dragging it in here, and you can see it's a little smaller. Don't worry, it's actually going to be the right size because we made it the right size in the beginning. If you want to do a background here, grab this, make it a little smaller, come here, let's say we want red, which is fine. And there we go. And it could probably be up a little more like that. It's great. Okay, next thing is we need some text. So let's do text, heading, and these are the few fonts that I think would work well. By default it's Canva Sans, but type in this right here, Calistoga. Calistoga is free. It's nice. It's a nice serif font, but not like super sharp serifs. It's got like these rounded serifs, so I feel like it's nice for this. It's also like a vintage font. So let me just type in something. Let me just type in premium, all caps, and it can be whatever word you want. I'm gonna do it right here, and then of course if you hit effects and hit curve, we can turn this into just a slight curve right here, and it probably needs to be enough. So this font, now mine is 358, but yours might be smaller or bigger depending what word you put in here. But yeah, that works really well. The other ones that I would advise you using are, let's take a look at them here. I'm gonna actually make this smaller so you can see. The next one would be CS Gordon, whoops, space, Gordon, serif right here, this one. This one's kind of cool. I'm gonna also, I'll copy and paste these, or option drag these. So that's CF Gordon Serif. The other one I would say is Winter Solid. You can see CF Gordon Serif is a premium one, so if you don't have the premium account, you can't use that one. But I'll get you some other ones. Solid. Winter Solid is also a premium one. Let me find this other one. Berthold. You've probably seen this one. Berthold Block is a nice one. I didn't do all caps here. Let me just make that bigger. I think that's a fun one. This one is free. And lastly, not that there isn't any others, but just for this video, I like Tan Jamboree, which is a fun one. I believe it's, oh, it is a premium. So a lot more premium ones than not, but this one is a fun one too, I think. So have fun with those. Some are a little more condensed than others, but I think all of these kind of have that look that you're looking for this. So you can also stretch these out. So if you want to stretch out the letters, let's say letter spacing like this, and then come down on size just so it fits here, I think that would be great too. And then you might have to adjust your curve just a little bit. All right. So premium what are we looking for? Let's do elements and just type in sauce. Let's see. We got some sauce here. We can do any one of these sauces. I think this would be great. You just put in a picture like that. Now that could be ketchup. Let's see if there's any other. We could do these kind of two sauces. That would be cool. There's a lot of options, which is why I like doing having Canva for this, because we can do do this over and over again with different sauces, right? So let's just pick one. I'm gonna scroll down and see if there's something real fun here. I wonder if there's some kind of like, oh, here's a cool one. Yeah. Or this one. Ooh, that's a nice spicy sauce. Okay, let's get rid of these. We're just going to use the same font. So whatever font you pick, I think this one was Calistoga. I'm going to make sure that this is Calistoga too. Calistoga, great. All right, and then we'll get rid of these fonts. And I mean these graphics, and we'll pick this one right here. And we'll make sure that that's there. And I like to have kind of a different color, so let's do on the bottom superior quality. Now if it's too long, we can just come in here and just put it down like that. Now one of the things I would suggest for you to stand out, instead of just making ketchup and mustard, I mean those are great, but you want to do one that's like a funny sauce. So let's just do super funky fry sauce or whatever, I don't know, right? And then we can bring this here like that. And now this isn't trending or anything, but it's a fun one, and I'm just gonna make it bigger. Right, you can do that. And then if you want to add more things on here, like maybe it has pepper, or maybe it has all of this stuff. Now that's too realistic. You kind of want to have something that matches this. Oh, here's some things. Yeah. So maybe this sauce has peppers in it. We'll put this in the front with position forward. Yeah, that's cool. And we got these peppers here, and maybe we do another set of peppers on the other side. We'll flip it. That way we got peppers on both sides. That's cool. Let's see what other things we could find here. Maybe your sauce has onions. Oh, that's a different style. We want something with the same style. That probably could work. That kind of looks realistic. And again, we're going to flip it, go on that side. Make sure this is in the front again. Yeah. And then we could change the color on these just to give it a different effect here. So let's do color. We already got the red in there. Cool. Yeah. And then maybe we need some words here. Let's do like extra hot. Here we go. Right, so let's make sure we got the right color here. I'm gonna change it. Yeah, so I think that red's cool. So whatever you want to put on here, maybe you want some flames. Let's see, flames. Yeah, look at that. Do something like that. Extra hot, super funky fry sauce. Having fun with this. Okay. There you go. So many graphics, so many cool things that you could do. This is a fun one. It can be whatever you want, right? So the more fun, the better, I think, for Halloween costumes, because actually you want to get a Halloween costume that's different than everybody else so that you get more sales. So you can change the color on these, change the color on these. By the way, if you don't have Affinity Designer or don't want to build these labels, I actually have labels on my digital download. So I made 10 of them. Here they are right here in my digital downloads. You would do the same thing. There's PNGs, you just bring it in, and they come in a variety of colors. So you don't have to change the colors. They come in blue and green and black and all those different ones. So all you would have to do is the text and the graphics on here. So last thing you do is share this. So of course, if you don't have premium, Canva Premium, this is going to be really easy to knock out. You just save the whole thing, select this background, knock it out, and you'll be fine. But if you have Premium, like I do, you would hit transparent background, PNG, it's already 4500 by 5400, and download. And I'll show you what it looks like. This came out pretty cool. I love the graphics here. I did something really different. There's tons of different graphics that you could do. You don't have to do fry sauce or mayonnaise or ketchup. You can kind of mix things up, like have something really different in here. I think that's one way for you to stand out, because there's so many ketchups, so many mustards out there. You want to do something different. All right, just to show you what it looks like when it's done, here it is. This is the PNG, background knocked out, and this will be put on a shirt. Now I'll put it on the shirt for you right here. So this is what it looks like on a shirt, for example, in Amazon. You can use this on Redbubble or TeePublic or wherever, or on your Etsy shop. I think this will work. So this would be a great Halloween costume. I would say do multiple ones of these. So you got your fry sauce, you got your other sauce, you got your other sauce. Probably do 4 or 5 of these so that people can wear these as a group costume. So there you go. That was my design tutorial for the condiment labels. I think this is super popular for Halloween. You might be too late for this Halloween 2024, but you can look and see how many of them are. It's super popular. You probably will get sales next Halloween if you put it now. And make sure that you're super creative with these. So come up with something different, do some research, get some really cool graphics off of Canva or wherever you're getting your graphics from, and that way you can stand out. I think this is a great tutorial. And if you do use Affinity Designer too, hopefully those tips and tricks for those different tools are really helpful, because then you can make even better labels or different labels than the one I just showed you. So have fun with this tutorial. Thanks again for watching. If you want to see another design tutorial, I'll put my latest one right here so you can watch that as well. And as always, guys, keep creating and keep learning. I'll see you on the next one.